happen. This is not a Christmas. This is not a Christmas song. This is not a Christmas. This is not a Christmas song. This is not a Christmas. This is not a Christmas song. This is not a Christmas. This is not a Christmas song. My neighbors compete to see who can put up more blinding lights. The kids all wish away the month 'cause they want presents in sight. This year had me so mad, I've been bad, got coal that is sitting under my tree. I think that my Christmas has died. This is not a Christmas. This is not a Christmas song. This is not a Christmas. This is not a Christmas song. This is not a Christmas. This is not a Christmas song. This is not a Christmas. This is not a Christmas song. When I was just a boy, Christmas brought so much joy. Couldn't wait for the presents and laughter. I couldn't sleep late at night, looking for Santa with lights. Those are the memories I still remember. Then I became a man, lost sight of who I am, but right in front of me was the answer. 'Cause on Christmas I feel joy, and I turn back to a boy. The answer is to stay young forever. This is not a Christmas. This is not a Christmas song. This is not a Christmas. This is not a Christmas song. This is not a Christmas. This is not a Christmas song. This is not a Christmas. This is not a Christmas song.
Hello, welcome or welcome back. My name is Lindsay. I am a tattoo artist in the Midwest, and I also am a fiber artist in my spare time. You can find me on social media as Gothabilly Knits for my like yarny content, and you can find me as Gothabilly Ink if you want to see the tattoos I've been doing. So I am a co-owner of a very small tattoo studio or tattoo shop in Jacksonville, Illinois, and you can find information about my shop, our shop, The Painted Lady on TikTok and Facebook. I don't think we have an Instagram for The Painted Lady yet. We opened in October. This is episode 2 of my podcast. I don't know what it is. And I'm going to try to get through all of my podcast notes in the next like 30-ish minutes. We just had a big snowstorm here in the Midwest, and I believe the final counts for our area was 10 to 12 inches of snow. Hello, Siri. Siri is always here when I'm podcasting. She doesn't really like me any other time but when I'm podcasting. Yeah, I know. So anyway, we are also predicted to get 4 to 5 additional inches of snow starting at like 1 or 2, and so they're letting the kids out of school early. So I have a time limit. I have been doing a lot of knitting. A lot. I think that the podcast episode that I did last time, and you guys were so receptive to it and so excited, and it just really inspired me to like just enjoy knitting again, which I haven't been able to do for the last year or so. Recap, I had a tattoo apprenticeship for the last year, ended up leaving that studio to open our own studio. I don't know why I keep on like lifting my hand. And full disclosure, I actually thought I was gonna do like weekly Vlogmas episodes because I love Vlogmas, and I always have. I've done it for several years, and I started to feel very fragile when I was doing it. So I just put the clips at the beginning of this episode with a very circa 2006 emo Christmas song I found on YouTube Audio Library. It's a vibe, so sorry if you hated it, but 16-year-old me would have just rocked out to that in my Pontiac Grand Prix. I would like to half-heartedly apologize for any ambient noise that you hear. It is like 20 degrees out, so we're right next to the heater. I'm really sorry. I hope that that's not going to be awful. I definitely can hear when the heater is on in the background when I'm editing. So I have 6 finished things to talk about, and the first one is a crochet project. And it's a really old crochet project, and I say old, like I finished this, like the crocheting technically, midsummer this year, and I just finished the sewing and the tucking in of the ends last week to give to my daughter. This is a hexie cardigan, and I have no idea how to show this to you, but it is my colors, obviously, and it just has rib cuff. I did a little bit of crochet ribbing along the edge. This was going to be mine, and I messed up the measurements like 2 or 3 times, and I ended up ripping back quite a few inches and then doing the finishing. And by the time I was done, I was like, oh, this is too small. But it fits Rory, so we will see if she wears it. She may not. This is the second hexie cardi I made. Both have been, the first one intentionally went to her, this one accidentally went to her. The second finished thing I have isn't with me, but I showed them in the last episode. They are Aurora's Falling Leaves fingerless gloves. Was it called Falling Leaves? Anyway, I shared the pattern last time, and I've already gifted them to her. I also we met up on Thanksgiving Day, which was just, gosh, I don't know, it doesn't matter. It was a few days ago, and traded advent calendars, and I gave her gloves because it is officially cold enough for gloves. And as mentioned before, I immediately cast on another pair because I want to knit several of these, and I obviously, everything that I say is finished. The majority don't have ends tucked in, so sorry, not sorry, just ignore them. I hate tucking in ends. But so these are the second pair of Falling Leaves mittens, and they are for Rory. This yarn is Suburban Stitcher, worsted weight and lace weight mohair. Isn't it beautiful? It is so soft. And I plan to knit her a ear warmer to match, which I'll talk about in like things that I want to knit, things I want to cast on. I don't know what the sections of this podcast are called. Okay, so the next finished thing I have, which may also go to Aurora, I haven't decided. She said she'd take them. They are my Nutcracker socks. So pretty, very simple, DK weight. I held them double with Stroll tweed, and then the striping is West Yorkshire spinners. Okay, the next thing that I made, I'm really excited about because I also design knitting patterns. It was one of the first things that I did for my small business when I had an Etsy shop. And I do still have my Ravelry shop if you are interested. I am Gothabilly Knits on Ravelry now, but I believe my shop still is Simply Serving Designs. I don't know, I'm sorry if I made that confusing. I made a little hot water bottle cozy. I made this in just a few hours, I think three hours. And this is so small. It's such a tiny hot water bottle cozy, but I really like it, and I've been using it a lot. It's the perfect size for like aches and pains, and also just like tucking in your hoodie pocket on a cold morning. So yeah, I really love this. It makes me very happy. So there's really not anything to say about it because it's worsted weight yarn. I used worsted weight yarn. I was originally going to make the, what is it called? Maxi? It's a hot water bottle by Laura Penrose, which I'll talk more about her patterns in a little bit. But the two sizes that she had were not this size. I, for some reason, thought a mini water bottle was like mini, but it's actually like this big and then like this big. Okay, the last, where did I put them? Okay, the last finished things that I have are crochet as well, and they are Christmas ornaments that I made pretty much the evening after I told you guys I wanted to make them. They still need their ends tucked in, I know, but these are the Christmas stockings. I just made it up. I looked off a picture. So they're so cute. I want to make more, but I just have been knitting. I haven't been crocheting. And then I made one little wreath. Still needs a string. But yeah, super cute. I would like to get those like wooden rings that you just like crochet around the ring, kind of like making a scrunchie, and then the middle would be hollow. I think that would be super cute. I will say, as far as ornaments go, we put up our tree last night, which I'm kicking the camera. We put up our tree last night and we opened our ornament box and discovered that water had gotten into it. We do have a basement that has moisture in it, like it had some flooding this year and stuff. And unfortunately, all of the handmade salt dough ornaments I made when the kids were like babies and toddlers, like the first couple of years of their life, were ruined, absolutely ruined. And not only were they ruined, but they ruined some of the other ornaments. So we have to go ornament shopping, and it was pretty sad because I'm not really sad about losing the kids' ornaments. Like, I always knew salt dough wasn't gonna last forever. Like, ideally, yes, it could, but not in our household. But Adam did lose some of his, like, when he was a kid, he had made some like handcrafted ornaments. so those were ruined, and I'm really sad for him about that. But yeah, that was pretty disappointing last night when we opened that box. So we will be implementing a new storage system for ornaments going forward. Okay, so for whips, I have 1, 2, 3. I also have 6. I just got another message from the school saying that school's letting out at 1. I know, I have like an hour and a half, I know. So the first work in progress I have is a pair of DK weight socks. I'm almost to the toe of these. One of our very best friends, he asked for some wool socks this year because the ones that I've made him in the past were always too small, but I think he and I both have just kind of accepted that they are too small. I've changed the way that I knit socks now, and so his and Adam's especially socks are too small. So I'm going to be re-knitting them their socks, and most of them I think I'm going to just knit boot socks that are DK weight. So this is Patton's Croy Sock Monkey, or do I just call it Sock Monkey? I don't think I have, I don't know. I don't think I have the tag anymore, but it's a self-striping, kind of rustic yarn. I really like Patton's Croy though, and I'm holding it double with a hand-dyed yarn that was in my stash. My hand is shaking because I have no chill. I don't remember who dyed this. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I'm pretty sure the Woolen Homestead dyed this. Tiffany and Ethan. So those are almost done. I've been working on them while we play Valheim, because he and my husband and I all play Valheim almost every night. And I always hit a limit, or I either hit a limit or will be sailing, and I just don't have anything to do to keep myself busy. So I will just knit on those. So as you can see, there's been a lot of knitting time. Or during a boss fight, I will just hide somewhere and knit and contribute nothing to the battle. Quick insert here because I forgot. I scrapped my Christmas stocking. I didn't want to work on it. I think I just was burnt out from knitting Christmas stockings for my niece and nephew, who I gave them to on Thanksgiving. They were very happy to have theirs hung up with their big sister and mom and dad. But so I scrapped those because I want to knit other things. I mentioned in the last episode that I really want a hood of some sort this year. And I was knitting on a shawl, this shawl, if you remember, which is green and black. It is just a triangle shawl, and what I did was combine those two ideas. So I bound off, let's see if I can bend way back. I bound off where I was for a bit of a bandana length, a long bandana length. And I picked up stitches along the back, and I plan to put a hood on this. So I have about this much done, which I did on Thanksgiving Day at my mother-in-law's house. And I'm just gonna knit up, reserve some stitches at the back of the head, the crown of the head, keep knitting, graft them together, and then like close it in a circle. And then my plan is to pick up around the edge, do a ribbed folded brim, and I'm not going to do an I-cord, so a chain thread to go through it to tighten it. So yeah, I'm excited to finish that. It's kind of on hold because of everything else that I've been knitting, but I mean, it's garter stitch, so it's something that'll be super easy to work on during any movies or something that I watch with Adam and the kids. This pair of socks I almost didn't include, but I know that you guys are probably all feeling festive and have also cast on some Christmas socks, so these might be for my mom. That's the plan, if I can get them done in time. They are also DK weight, size, oh, I forgot to mention, I use like a size 5 or 6 for my DK weight socks. I think I'm a tight knitter. I'm not really sure. I know that size 3 is just really hard on my hands, but this is all I have done. That's it. Very sparkly. I am using Christmas in the City by Ruby and Roses. Her yarn is so soft. I really, really love her yarn. But Christmas in the City, super pretty. And for heels and toes, and I'm pulling from the middle and the outside to make a DK weight. And then for heels and toes, I'm gonna combine these two for like a marled pink. And it's gonna be so cute together. I love it. I'm so excited. So those will be a Christmas gift, and I imagine Levi's will be Christmas gift, or I might just give them to him because he already knows I'm working on them. Who knows? Who knows what I'll decide to do. Okay, I feel like this is more than 6, but in my, oh no. So this is in, I don't know if this is going to be the final tote design. Sidebar, I wanted to make totes for the book club that I'm running. It's like a crafting audiobook club. I mentioned it in the last episode in collaboration with the bookstore in the town that my tattoo shop is in. Anyway, so I made this, there might be some lint on it and cat hair, but I made these graphics of these little animals doing things, like doing different crafts. And so I designed this tote for it, and I ordered it off Etsy, and it's small. The graphic is small on it. See? I wanted it to go down to the edge. So I messaged the seller and I said, hey, I really like this. I'm still gonna use the ones that I bought because I bought 3, but is there any way to make the graphic bigger? But I'm obviously still using it. It's huge, it has a zipper, I really like it. Okay, a little bit of a tangent, a little bit of a waffle, because I'm British apparently. So this is Rory's quilted pillow that I am going to be working on. It is the Stella quilted cushion by Laura Penrose. However, I no longer have this problem, but when I first, the plan, okay. The plan for this pillow is to work on it with my best friend who lives in Colorado. And it's just kind of a way for us to like hang out and knit together because I haven't really been playing games other than Valheim with the boys. And so it's just kind of like a knit along we were going to do together. And I wanted to get started on it so that if she needed any help, or so one of us already was familiar with the pattern. But as was the problem for me with the Maxine water bottle and now the Stella quilt cushion, I have a really hard time with how wordy the pattern is. And both of her patterns that I have of hers are both kind of wordy. And so I get really confused, I get really tangled up, and I get overwhelmed and I can't decipher them. So I kind of gave up on the Stella quilt cushion pattern, and I went and I found what I thought was going to be called a bias knitted square, but that's not what this is. What I ended up finding instead, oh, and I'm using I don't even know what year, but this is one of my charms that I used to make. Anyway, this is called a mock bias square. I'll link it down below. There's a tutorial on how to do it. It's super easy, and once I did it this way, I understood what she was saying. Like, she just changed a couple things about the way that this is made, but the construction is basically the same. And I was like, oh duh, like why did I have such a hard time understanding this? And so now when I look at her pattern, I know exactly what she's doing. I know exactly what she's telling me to do. So that's what I'm saying. Like, there's nothing wrong with the patterns. There's something wrong with me. So anyway, so I have 3 of these done. These are hot pink, wool of the Andes. I think it's called fuchsia. So I have 3 of these done, and I've started just the teeny corner of the 4th one. These will be the solid corners of each one, and I will share up here. I had Rory color because Laura includes, and actually the Maxine water bottle and in this one, she includes like little coloring sheets for you to like map out, hello Herman, to map out your quilt block the way that you want it to look. So I had Rory color hers, and she chose rainbow, which would surprise absolutely no one. So I have this bag of 25 gram, like they're about this big, cakes. And I'm really excited because this is super, super fun to work on. Super mindless. There was a spider on me and I am gonna need a minute. Okay, I've tucked my legs up underneath me. I'm okay, but there was a spider. It was little. It's okay. It's fine. We're moving on. We're not gonna dwell on it. Okay, the last whip that I have, I'm very, very excited about. This pattern is gorgeous. This is called the Snowfall Town water bottle cover by Season Sheehan. I'm so sorry for mispronouncing, but it is a beautiful pattern, beautifully illustrated, just stunning pattern. And I finished the little town this morning, actually. The tension will block out. And then I have the little snowdrops started. I am using, this is a hand-dyed yarn, this is Wool Ease in black, this is Williamette Imperial Yarn Co. in Dandelion, and this is Wallace Simply Wool, and this is Bear Simply Wool from Knit Picks. I love Simply Wool. I love the Simply Wool line. I have a pine cone, and I am so excited for this pattern. I should have blocked it before I showed it to you so that you would think I have like perfect tension or something, and I could gaslight you into thinking I'm a better knitter than I am. But yeah, I'm really excited about that one. Okay, Adam just came out for his lunch break, but he's taking a shower, so I have like another 30 minutes. That is it for whips. So what I have next is future cast-ons. Did I call it that last time? I can't really, that's what it's labeled, so future cast-ons that I would like to do soon. And the first is, which I'm sure you guys have heard about these because they are everywhere. I'm gonna scooch over so that you can see better right here. I want to do the Angry Mittens by Sandy Lamb. My best friend in Colorado, I mentioned earlier, Allie. Hi, Allie. She really wants them. And she's a knitter too, but she, I don't think, has done color work yet. So I already have the yarn picked out. I don't think I'll get it done by Christmas, and I'm not making myself get anything done by Christmas this year. I'm not. Do I think I'll get things done by Christmas because I am knitting more than I have in, it seems like, years? Yes. But as soon as I put a deadline on myself, I'm gonna stop, and I don't want to stop. So Angry Mittens by Sandy Lamb, they speak for themselves. I mentioned that I would like to do Rory's matching headband, which I have everything here already for it. It'll be these two together again, just like her mittens, and it will be the Frida. It is also a free pattern, but the Frida headband, and I also want one because I wear these all the time. I would love a knitted one, especially for the colder months to just wear everywhere. And it is double knit, is that what it's called? The double knit stitch, which is a reversible stockinette. And I was very intimidated by it at first, but it's super easy, and so now I'm really excited to do it. I am also making Willow Pillow. I don't want you guys to think that I don't make things for my son, except that I don't really make things for my son. And it is not because I don't want to, it is because he hates wool. I went through just the other day with him because he needs a pair of gloves, and I could buy him gloves, but I really wanted to make him a pair because the mom guilt with all these things I'm making for Rory is just, it is taking over. So I was like, listen, these are the softest yarns that I have, and so I presented them to them, and the only one he could tolerate was Knit Picks Swish, which is a non-superwash merino and it is incredibly buttery soft. It pills really easy because of that. But do I think he's going to wear them? I don't know. I will probably end up stealing them, just like last year I stole, or was it 2 years ago? I made him a pair of skull mittens, which I cannot find the mate to. If I find them, I'll show them to you in the next episode. But I stole them and wore them with my leather jacket, so it's probably my fault the one is missing. I plan on making Will his own Stella quilt cushion. I do think he'll use that. He doesn't seem to, it doesn't make sense to me, but he doesn't seem to mind what that is made out of, because I have crocheted him a cushion last year and he sleeps with it. But both the kids' cushions, I made them last year, are like falling apart because they sleep on them. So I have plans to reinforce the Stella cushion, I hope. And then also I'm going to make him a pair of cabled mittens. These are called the River Ridge mitts. I don't think this was a free pattern. I think I paid for it. But it is going to be out of Swish DK from Knit Picks. So hopefully he likes that, and hopefully I'll be able to show those to you next time. And then I would also like to make him the Antler Toque by Tin Can Knits. I have knit it before multiple times, and I've knit the mittens. I love the Antler Toque cable. It's essentially, I believe it's the same cable used on the Bella's mittens that I used to make a lot, but a little different. Anyway, that's not really relevant. Okay, we did it. We went through whips, finished things, whips, and future cast-ons. And he's still in the shower, so I still have a little bit of time to talk to you about something that was gifted to me, which I could not believe that she did this, but one of my friends from Etsy, the knitting community, whatever, I have so many of you, and I'm very, very grateful for you. 2 of them have come to get tattoos from me, and one of them's name is Tammy. She has her own yarn dyeing business now called All the Colors. Tammy, I'm sorry if that's not what it's called. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. It's what's on all the stickers. Okay. And she also works at a yarn shop in Peoria, Illinois, which I am going to soon. I would love to like collect local like knitters and stuff like from this book club I'm going to be doing, and be like, hey, want to get a bus and go to Peoria and see Tammy's yarn store, which is called Fiber Universe. So if you're in that area, go see her and her co-workers. Like that, it sounds amazing. They also have virtual knit nights the first Tuesday of every month, I believe. I have missed every single one, but I really, really want to go to one. Anyway, so she sent me one of her advents. Like, I put it in this like suitcase thing. It came in its own little tote bag, but it is in support of PBS because of all the drama that happened with everything. And yeah, she was one of 2 wholesale orders I've done since closing my shop, and both of the wholesale orders that I did, I believe both of them were for Advents, and both of them I shipped late, and I just don't feel like I did a good job at being a responsive wholesaler. Like, and they both were so patient with me and apparently sent me gifts. So I'm so excited to open that every day. I also received a coffee advent from Aurora that is little cups of like K-cups, and my plan is to just like open them individually and do like a pour over for them. So because we don't have a K-cup machine, but it's no big deal. I know how to do pour over coffee. And I think that's it. But Tammy, thank you so much again for this advent. I actually got the kids, I told you guys last time I got the kids advents, so when I get Will, we'll all open our advent together, and maybe I'll record that as like a closing thing. But yeah, did I already mention that I thought I was gonna do a weekly Vlogmas episode and I chickened out? And yes, I did, and so I put that at the beginning of this. If you hated that, sorry, because I know some people really don't like vlogs and some people prefer podcasts. I don't know. I'm trying to figure it all out. But yeah, I hope to come back on here in a couple weeks, show you what I've been working on, and I hope that you guys are having a really good start of the Christmas season, because today is December 1st, which means yesterday was first Advent Sunday, which is why we put our tree up. Oh, and something else that I would like to know if I'm alone in, it's okay if I am, but does anyone else, and I have a point here, I'm just like working my way up to it, does anyone else lose their mind every year when you get out all the Christmas stuff to decorate, and every year my heart will like beat out of my chest, and I will have probably a panic attack. I assume that's what it is, and I'll get super sweaty, and I'll have to go in the other room. And so what we're doing this year, and it has helped so much, so if this is something that you guys deal with, maybe it would help you. We are just putting the tree up for now, and then we're just gonna put up little things throughout the next couple weeks. So it's not bringing everything up, filling 2 rooms with boxes, things being everywhere. I hate the texture of fake, well, pine. Like I love pine trees so much, but the feeling of fake Christmas tree is really hard for me. Yeah, that was incredible. Last night we put up the tree, and that's it. We put the ornaments on, and of course we had the disappointment about the ornaments, but I'm gonna grab my coffee while I talk to you, because I feel like I need to hold something to talk to you. And it's in a Dolly Parton mug that Aurora actually bought for Adam, but I really like this mug, so I steal it a lot. It made such a difference. And I took breaks, and I went in the kitchen and I made cookies. I made chocolate muffins, which are almost gone because William ate so many of them last night. He loves chocolate muffins. I do too, because he and I don't really like chocolate chip cookies, so I made chocolate muffins for he and I. And then I also made, which I didn't vlog it, but I made a honey wheat oatmeal bread. And so like I kind of took breaks, went in there, took a batch of cookies out, came back in, watched the kids. We hung up some lights on the window, and yeah, that was just a completely different experience. I'm so glad we did it that way, and it made me, I didn't have to deal with the guilt that I deal with every year, where it's like I wish I could be a mom that just is so excited every time all those boxes come out, instead of being like, oh my god, where's my house? So I have talked to a couple people before that seem to feel similarly to me, but it doesn't stop me from being hard on myself about it. So anyway, I would love to know what you guys are knitting. I would love to know what your favorite Vlogmases are to watch, because I would like to get started watching Vlogmases. Happy start of the holiday season, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.
Thank you.